Okay, we are continuing Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. After a little bit of a break to let my voice recover. The last time it was 7 hours. That's interesting. It's been 2 months since Maya left the office. 2 months without a single trial. I've had offers, but none I took. That is, until the day that girl showed up. Why do I come here to the office every day? It's not like I want to work. There you are, finally. Where have you been? My sister's trial is tomorrow. Who are you? It doesn't matter who I am. It only matters who you are. The famous defense attorney, Mia Fey. Oh, you're not Mia Fey, are you? I'm sorry, but Ms. Mia Fey no longer works here. So you are the coffee boy? I'm Phoenix Wright, a defense attorney. Right. Wait. You're the Phoenix Wright? The Phoenix Wright from the Edgeworth murder case? Yes, that's correct. It wasn't Edgeworth who was murdered, though. That's a relief, then. You're better than nobody. I'm sorry. I'm afraid I'm not taking cases right now. But you are Phoenix Wright, right? The undefeated defense attorney? Look, I'm not accepting any new cases. I'm sorry, but you'll have to try elsewhere. Please. I'm out of time. But... Please, you have to help. It's my sister. Oh. Maya? Could it be? Okay, I'll hear you out. Really? Thank you so much. My name's Emma Sky. I'm a scientific investigator. Scientific investigator? Okay. Emma, was it? So, you're a scientific investigator. Yes, that's right. Is something wrong? No, it's just you seem, kind of jumpy, or maybe just young? Young? I'll be 16 years old this year. Oh, wait. Only 16? I'm set to be formally assigned to forensics in 3 more years. My work is becoming quite well known, at my age, no less. So what exactly is your current position, then? Well, legally speaking, I guess you'd call me an 11th grader. but I'm ready to do my job, at my age, no less. Great. Another future professional in training. So, what's this about a case? You said the trial's tomorrow? My sister didn't do it. She wouldn't stab someone with a knife. She wouldn't. So, it's a murder case. I don't care if there's a witness who saw her do it. She didn't do it. I know she didn't do it. It's a scientific fact. And there's a witness. Just talk to her. You have to talk to her. Right. I suppose I will. I promised her I'd bring Mia Fey, but... That's interesting. How would she know Mia? So, you want to be a scientific investigator when you grow up, then? Excuse me? I'm not a child, I'll have you know. Still, it's good to have a goal, albeit an unusual one. I believe investigations should be done scientifically. Don't you? Yeah. Sure can't fault her for lack of enthusiasm. If this case is handled scientifically, I'm sure my sister's name will be cleared. Your sister? I've been doing research, you know. I'm developing a new scientific method of case investigation. I'll show you when I'm done. I'm looking forward to it. Guess I should get down to the detention center and talk to her sister. My sister asked for Mia specifically. This Mia Fey person was a few years below her in school. So, they went to the same school, huh? She always told me to go to Mia if I ever needed a defense attorney. And well, I need one. Incidentally, Mia is a woman. Now that you mention it, guess it is more of a woman's name than a man's. Well, it's nice of you to help your sister out like this. You must be close. Oh. Well, actually, when she gets like she is now, I kind of hate her. Huh? But she's my only family. Your only family? What about your parents? They died in a car accident when I was little. Oh. I'm sorry. Okay. See this? It's my attorney's badge. Ah, well, I've never seen a real one before. You're the first one who's actually been interested in mine, believe me. Its composition is mostly silver. The gold plating is flaking a bit. She analyzed it scientifically. There doesn't appear to be any corrosion due to sulfides. I'll give you $50 for it. Sorry, but it's not for sale. Yet. Okay. I wonder what's wrong with Emma. She's got all quiet all of a sudden as soon as we arrived.
God, I thought I told you I didn't want any visitors.
Sorry, ma'am, it's just your sister.
No excuses. Or did you not want to raise this year,
Understood, ma'am. What was that all about? Hi, Lana.
Funny. I seem to remember specifically telling you not to come here. Perhaps my memory is failing.
Look. I didn't want to come here either, okay? But your trial's tomorrow and you still don't have a defense attorney.
I'll be the one in court tomorrow. This has nothing to do with you, Emma. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright?
Hey, how do you know me?
Mia mentioned you. I've heard quite a bit.
I'm sorry. What exactly is it you do?
My name's Lana Sky. I'm chief prosecutor for this district.
You're a prosecutor? Two sisters, one a lawyer. Could this be a coincidence? Emma, Lana. I mean, they're just like...
Is something wrong, Mr. Wright?
I guess one's into science and one's mystical. That makes sense.
There's something you should know from the start.
Which is?
The suspect in this case has confessed to the crime.
Huh?
Wait, but the suspect is... Me. I did it. Well, Mr. Wright?
Well, why don't you begin by telling me exactly what happened?
The crime took place yesterday, February 21 at 5:15 p.m.
That's quite specific.
It was in the witness's deposition. The witness clearly saw me committing the crime.
My. That was a bit of bad luck, wasn't it?
The crime took place in that underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car.
The prosecutor's office, huh? In your subordinate's car trunk. Classy.
I was arrested on the spot, caught red-handed, as it were.
Well, that's just great. So, who was the victim?
An investigator with the police department. I suppose the correct term is detective.
A detective?
Death was due to a loss of blood. He was stabbed once in the stomach.
By you.
Death wasn't immediate, but the wound was fatal.
I see.
Allow me to repeat myself, Mr. Wright. The victim was a detective. You know what that means, don't you?
Uh-oh.
What, Mr. Wright? What does it mean?
Well, it means...
The police department will consider it a matter of pride to have me found guilty. They will use any means at their disposal to do so.
This case gets worse and worse with everything I learn. She didn't say she did it, though. So, you're the chief prosecutor.
That is correct. I'm responsible for overseeing every trial handled by prosecutors in this district. I make sure the prosecutors have what they need to do the job and manage every aspect. Those are my responsibilities in a nutshell.
That's an awfully large nutshell.
Still, I'm a little surprised. I would think you would recognize the district's chief prosecutor, Mr. Wright.
Huh?
In fact, it seems impossible you wouldn't.
Lana? What happened to your hand?
Oh, this? I cut myself by accident when I stabbed him, that is.
Huh?
I'm not very good at being a criminal, I suppose.
How am I supposed to defend this? Time to change the subject. Wait. She was in the class ahead of Mia, wasn't she? You were in school with Mia, correct? A few years above her?
Emma told you that too, did she? Well, why not? I did drag him all the way here from his office. Although it seems he has very little in common with Mia.
Hey!
It was in law school. I was in my 3rd year and she was auditing my class. She was different from the other students.
Different?
She was strong. She'd do anything to become a defense attorney. Anything. That was probably why she was attracted to me.
Excuse me?
Intellectually attracted. Lana was at the top of her class in school. I was the best there was.
Oh.
I'm doing pretty good in school too, by the way.
It sounds a bit different when Emma says it.
Well, Mr. Wright.
Excuse me?
As you can plainly see, I am admitting my guilt. I think it's safe to say there's no way you can take this case. None. But Lana... Why? Why are you doing this to me? You never think of anyone but yourself. I know you didn't do it, Lana, I know. So how can you say you did? If I lose you, I'll be all alone. I hate you, Lana. Mr. Wright?
Yes?
I believe our discussion here is ended. The rest I leave to you.
You mean you're requesting my services as your defense?
Don't lose any sleep over it. Your client has confessed, after all. The case is over.
Right. I'll do what I can to get to the bottom of this. Lana has confessed to the crime, yes. But something doesn't fit. It's that look in Emma's eyes. There's something else going on here. And I'm going to find out what.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright.
Huh? About what?
My sister. She's not always like that, you know.
I just never expected to be defending another prosecutor again.
She's changed a lot. She used to be so gentle and always smiling. Everyone liked her.
I see. Sorry, but I'm having a hard time imagining that. What happened to her?
I don't know for certain myself. I think maybe, well, maybe not.
Sounds like there's something there that defies a simple scientific explanation. Let's go check out this underground parking at the prosecutor's office, shall we?
Okay.
So, this is the lot where it all happened.
Looks like they're still investigating.
Funny that my first visit to the prosecutor's office should be like this.
Hey everyone, keep up the good work.
Hey, what are you thinking?
Well, they are going to be my co-workers in 3 years from now. No harm in saying hello.
Actually, there is. You know attorneys aren't supposed to examine crime scenes. I'm trying not to stand out too much here, see? Oh, God. I can't do that. No, I can't. How do I do this? I can't do a yeehaw voice. Alright, let's just go with the Australian equivalent, which... Shit, how would that sound? I guess I'll just go extra nasally.
You expecting to go unnoticed here, partner?
Fuck it. Partner?
What do we have here? Looks like a bambina got loose from the ranch and is up to no good. Folks gotta learn to keep them doggies tied down, partner.
Mr. Marshall? Marshall? Looks more like a sheriff to me.
Looking here, Bambina, I know how you feel. But this is my gang's gold strike, see?
Strike?
You're now claim to our territory with a mother load of evidence. If you're fixing to mess up what's ours, you'll regret it, partner.
I can't keep doing this one.
You know what the dreams of the cacti out in the desert dream you want to?
What is this guy talking about?
You head along home now. Happy trails, Bambina.
Was that hombre a friend of yours? Kind of, sort of, yeah. He's a detective. Who thinks he's a sheriff from the Wild West, it seems. Yeah, that is silly. I can't do like a cowboy voice. Oh, what is going on? Why is the controller... Dude, there's like input delay. Hang on. Why is it being weird? Hold on. Yeah, you can't tell, but like, I move and then it starts moving like maybe 2 seconds later. Okay. Sorry. Ugh, damn it. But like, I can't save. Like, I'd have to repeat everything. Okay, tell you what, let me pause recording when we get back to here. We'll jump back. Alright, sorry. For VOD watchers, just, yeah. The controller was connected wirelessly and through USB at the same time. Because Windows is dumb. That's all I gotta say. Okay. No clues here. There's a wallet. What's this? A wallet? Excuse me, officer.
Wait, what are you doing, Mr. Wright?
What am I doing? I just found this wallet. So I'm handing it over to the police.
I don't believe it. This is real basic. Anything at a crime scene is evidence. Let's be scientific about this, please. Just put it in your pocket.
How is that scientific? Sounds like theft to me.
I'm called to duty already, and at my tender age. Here, I'll teach you the trick to examining evidence in detail, okay?
By the way, her eyes are sparkling. I can tell she's been waiting for this.
Okay, now. Look at the court record.
Wait, why is this a tutorial? Okay.
You have to be sure to examine the evidence carefully on all sides. Now let's start examining from every angle.
Oh, this is new. Okay.
Look, there might be a clue here. You should check it out with the press of A.
This is an ID card. Sergeant Bruce Goodman, ID 5842189.
See? Well, isn't scientific investigation useful?
I guess, though I don't see what science has to do with it.
Okay. Let's be sure to examine every piece of evidence we find.
I guess I got to be on my toes from now on.
Here, a phone. Let me see if it works.
Hey, don't touch stuff we don't need to be touching.
I can't hear anything. My ears. No. My ears? Maybe it's due to the barometric pressure.
What is she babbling about?
Hey, what did you just say?
See, you can hear just fine. The phone's broken. An oil drum. It looks like it's filled with water.
It's heavy. I can't even budge it.
The drum over there is on its side.
Wait, I know. I'll hide in there and do a stakeout.
I think you'll probably just get arrested. In fact, you may not even have to hide in the drum to get arrested.
What? I'm not suspicious. This is where the cars leave the lot.
The arrow on the ground makes it look more like an entrance.
What are you talking about? It's plainly an exit.
Well, maybe it's both. Kind of a dual purpose.
Haha, the theory of relativity.
What?
I've got to write this down. Hey, Mr. Wright. Maybe you know. Was Mr. Relativity German or was he British?
Mr. Relativity? Are you sure that was his name?
Well, no time to waste. Let's get hunting for clues. I wonder what this is.
Well, partner, looks like you got no intention of going home directly.
The sheriff.
Like I said before, this is our claim. You best be moseying along. Unless you're fixing to bite the bullet.
Gah, scary.
Could you just tell us one thing? Who owns that car?
Well. Little Billy's got a good nose in there. You want to know who rides that red Mustang with the body on his saddle?
Please.
No problem, partner. About time for victuals anyway. Get yourself to the saloon on the 12th floor of the prospector's office. Might just find you a service, how you like.
Prospector's office? Where does this guy think he is, and when, for that matter?
Note to self, look up Vittles Saloon Cerveza.
Maybe we should check out room 12002, the High Prosecutor's office.
In any case, stay away from the car. You can look around here all you like. Just keep your paws off our claim.
Right, great.
Great, maybe there are some clues around here, Mr. Wright. Let's check it out.
Excuse me? Were you two all set?
Us?
Is it the same guy? Oh no, it's a lady. What's this? She couldn't be.
You're selling lunches here? This is a crime scene.
Hello. Half and half, was it?
Oh, thanks.
And you, sir? Yes?
Some crunchy goodness coming at you.
Thanks. Interesting way of doing business.
This area is off limits thanks to anyone. This area is off limits to anyone without clearance.
especially passers-by. Or are you officers? God damn it. These voices I have to do tonight. No, but you don't exactly look like the type to have clearance. Hey, Vanna. Vanna does a cowboy. I don't want to do the cowboy voice. So I'm making him just fast-talking bogan Australian because I don't want to do a cowboy voice. Well, that's hardly a way to greet someone. Even if my days as cough-up queen are over. Cough-up queen? The fuck does that mean? Cough up? Huh? You know, I'm kind of feeling full. Maybe I'll pass on lunch. I'm quite connected to this case, you see. The images are burned into my eyes, you might say. Yes, all the sordid secrets. Secrets? Dear me, you're a slow one, aren't you? I'm referring to the murder, the stabbing of that detective. What?
A witness clearly saw me committing the crime.
You mean you're the witness my sister was talking about? Please, please, cough up, Queen. Tell us what happened. The name is Angela Starr. Don't you go forgetting it. Or before you know it, I'll have you whimpering at my heels. Yes, ma'am. Yipes. She means it. Oh, God. Anyhow, I knew. Yesterday was a day of destiny. I knew something was going to happen. Just like I know that the daily special on Friday every week is salmon. Destiny? Was yesterday's special for some reason? You're a defense attorney, right? You should know then. You should know the foul misdeeds of the evil ones who haunt this den of iniquity. Evil ones? Prosecutors. They have no qualms at all about blackening the name of innocence. And yesterday they paid homage to the most evil one of all. They gave an award for King of Prosecutors. What a farce. So she's saying there was some sort of prosecutors convention yesterday? I was almost completely compelled to lace their lunches with something foul. Ah, thank you, Vanna, for the 6 months. Do you have a personal grievance against prosecutors or something? Or is there some kind of scientific evidence of this, evil? Young miss. Mock me at your own risk. You'll soon find out why they call me the cough-up queen. Ew. The most heinous of all the evil ones. The one they awarded yesterday. It was in his car they found the body. Proof that he devours the evilest lunches of all. Really? Really what? I'm totally confused. One thing's clear, this lunch lady has a thing against prosecutors. This is so weird, though. So what exactly was it that you witnessed, Ms. Starr? It was a fascinating spectacle, to be sure. I feel like I know what they saw, when they talk about a woman's wrath. To see Lana Skye wield that knife so... Her knife flashed in anger, bringing him to a sad end. It was truly a sight to see. You mean you saw the very moment of the crime? The sound of his silvery ties to this world being cruelly cut still rings in my ears. And the rhythmic beat of Lana Skye's knife. Wait a second, you know Lana Skye? Of course. It's quite a feat becoming chief prosecutor. How many lunchboxes of sin did she pack to make that journey, I wonder?
She always travels light.
Now why would this pretty lunch lady know the chief prosecutor's name?
Could we ask you a bit about yourself, Ms. Starr?
I come here every day to sell lunches. I import only the freshest and the best from the Far East. For some reason, the box lunches are a hit here.
Oh, for some reason, you say? Why not make the lunches here rather than import them?
Did you say something?
No?
Only true connoisseurs can understand. The kind you can only tell someone who has tried General Tso's Trilobite lunch set.
Never mind, you win.
I don't even want to appreciate part of a Trilobite's flavor. Anyway, I come here every day to sell lunches. My boyfriend works in the security room here at the prosecutor's office.
Your boyfriend?
See the security room over there? The glass-walled booth? I sell my lunches, and since I'm here anyway, I drop in to see him. Since you're here anyway, I guess selling lunches is more important than romance.
So to scientifically analyze the available data so far, you, Ms. Starr, are a lunch vendor with an ulterior motive for coming here.
Useful analysis. Not.
People don't do that anymore, do they?
Did you have a bad experience with the prosecutor, Ms. Starr? I sense some hostility. Hostility? Huh. Perhaps. Prosecutors are all alike. And the bigger they get, the worse they smell. Kind of like 10-day-old clams in the chowder. I wonder if Ms. Starr was involved in some sort of legal trouble in the past.
That'd be a sure cause of food poisoning, scientifically speaking, of course. I mean, now you're talking, cough-up queen.
I thought she was just a lunch vendor, but now I'm not so sure.
Well, we don't have anything else. I don't think this will help me. Okay. Oh, you know what? We have this now. I mean, that's kind of neat that this is a new mechanic. So now we actually have to investigate stuff. So this is what the back of the badge looks like. And I always thought it had a safety pin.
Each badge has a number carved into it. That way you can tell which attorney it belongs to.
You mean you couldn't lend your badge to anyone?
No, I'd be found out right away.
Well, that's no fun.
Okay. I don't think there's anything else to do with her. They still haven't elaborated why she's called the cough-up queen, though. Alright, we weren't done.
Aha! A ladder!
That's a step ladder.
What's the difference? It's in scientific terms, please.
Scientific, huh?
Look at the basic nature of things, Mr. Wright.
This all seems so horribly familiar somehow. They already made the same joke with the first chapter. Oh, I can't go over here anymore. It doesn't let me go in here anymore. You know what? I'm going to show her my badge. Here. A defense attorney must be able to fight. How about you? Do you think you can win? How about tackling Lunchland's Pickle Supreme Lunchbox?
Wow, it's really crunchy.
A box of pickles? Kind of a sad lunch, if you ask me. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think we're done here. The High Prosecutor's Office. Oh, no.
This is the kind of room that just screams, I can do the job. Quite a change from your office, really.
Thanks.
Look, there's a trophy or something here.
A trophy with a shield?
It takes some real nerve to display stuff like this. Whoever's office this is, they must be a real stuck-up jerk.
I know who this is, without... Phoenix Wright. You never tire of prying into other people's business, do you? That voice! Long time no see, Edgeworth.
Huh? Ah, Mr. Edgeworth?
You know him from somewhere?
Of course, I'm his biggest fan. My sister introduced us once and...
Right. Her sister is the chief prosecutor after all. Well, what brings you here? I'll warn you. I've been known to be a real stuck-up jerk.
No, did I? No. It was just Mr. Wright here, he...
Hey! Don't blame me.
We're just here to investigate a murder case.
Murder?
A body was found in this nasty bright red sports car in the parking lot.
That would be my car. What of it?
What? Your car?
I'll say one thing, she can certainly scream. So, the body was found in your car. Go ahead and say it, right? You think I did it, didn't you? Don't you? After you went through all that trouble to help me last year, no less.
No, we don't think you did it. I mean, it was my sister who stabbed him. Wait, no, she didn't do that. I mean... Wait. So you're the chief prosecutor's little sister, then? Yes, sir. Emma Skye. It's nice to meet you again.
Now that didn't sound forced at all. Oh, now I remember. You've really grown. I'll admit it was a surprise for me too. To think that my own car would become the scene of a murder. More surprising still, I'm being forced to prove my superior's guilt. I can understand. Wait, what did you say? Lana Skye is the chief prosecutor. The top prosecutor in the district. She can't prosecute herself, so I'll be the prosecutor at the trial tomorrow. You? Mr. Edgeworth? To be honest, it's a bit of a miracle I'm still here at all. What do you mean? Rumors. You've heard the rumors about me, haven't you? Miles Edgeworth. It's hard to remember a time when there weren't rumors about this guy. Forging evidence, arranging false testimony, illegal searches, you name it. Thanks to you, my innocence was established in the trial at the end of last year. However, there are some who say I'm responsible for the current incident. What? That's crazy. Some people need very little excuse to think ill of others. It's a fact of life. Impossible to stop. But some of them even go so far to present me with toys like this. They think it's funny. Toys? That bronze shield? There's got to be a story behind that one. Chief Prosecutor Skye, yes. We first worked together on a case 2 years ago. It was my first big case. That's right, I remember. 2 years ago. I wasn't even a lawyer yet. Since then, I've always felt that she was looking out for me. It appears I was mistaken. Mistaken? Why? I mean, I know she's not the warmest person, but I'm sure she felt some responsibility for you. Then, why? Why did she stab someone in the trunk of my car? Not only that, she stabbed him with my knife. What? What? Mr. Edgeworth, your knife was the murder weapon? To be specific, it was the knife I kept in the toolbox in the trunk of my car. I had it custom made to have the handle match my suit. No prints. Huh. Edgeworth? What? Are you sure you didn't do it? Come on, man. Can't he take a joke? You have a strange sense of humor, Mr. Wright. I once dreamed of being a defense attorney a long time ago. What? You wanted to be a defense attorney, Mr. Edgeworth? Yet my path is laid out clearly before me. I have no time to reflect on what might have been. Say, Edgeworth, I was wondering about this. Mr. Wright? Huh? What? Are you sure you should be showing that to Mr. Edgeworth? Oh, he'll take it for sure, won't he? Huh. I wish I could be on the same side as Mr. Edgeworth. But then my sister would be found guilty. If she sighs any deeper, I'm gonna start getting depressed. Okay. Just curious what would happen. Is there anything else? Okay, let's have a look around while we're here. My, what an amazing bouquet. Just right for Mr. Edgeworth. No kidding. Hey, there's a card on it. Back from the dead. Wendy. Wendy? I've heard that name somewhere before. And beside it, a giant steel samurai. Wow, I want one. Huh? There's something written on the bottom of his foot. Between a rock and a hard place. Wendy. Wendy. Is she Mr. Edgeworth's fiancée? I don't think so. I've been wondering, what the heck is this? It has a big K on it. Prosecutors. Huh? What was that? It's the King of Prosecutors trophy. King of Prosecutors? It's a great honor. They send that shield to the best prosecutor each year. What? So? So that K, that's... K stands for king? Yeah, you got a problem with that? I didn't design the thing. King of Prosecutors. Kind of like Employee of the Month, only better. He's playing chess with himself. Hey, a chessboard. I'm not too up on my chess, but it looks like blue's in a bit of a tight spot. The red knights have surrounded the blue pawn. Ah! Those horses are mounted knights. Their swords have really sharp edges. Check out that poor pawn. His head is kind of spiky. Kind of reminds me of you. Mr. Edgeworth must be an avid chess player. What's wrong, Mr. Wright? Edges surrounding a pawn with spiky hair? Nah, it's nothing. Whoa. These are all case files? They're stacked to the ceiling. There's even a ladder. Odd. I thought Edgeworth wasn't good with heights. You must have someone get them for him. Strange. Why did I just picture Detective Gumshoe? He must study these case reports so closely. He's so cool. You wouldn't say that if you saw him sweating bullets up on that ladder. Okay. I mean, pretty fancy desk. A work desk. It's quite tidy, as one might expect. What a nice desk. Easy to use and easy on the eyes. It's polished so well I can see my own reflection. Strange. Why did I just picture Detective Gumshoe? Maybe I'll take that name plaque as a souvenir. Don't. He'll sue you. Wow. This jacket is even lacier than his usual ones. Must be his lucky trial jacket. Lucky jacket. Right. I've never seen him wear it. I'm sure there's a story behind why it's in a frame. Maybe I'll be naughty and take a picture. She's getting way too excited about this. Why has he framed his own uniform? That is weird. Oh, there's more here. Hey, check it out. There's a metal plate here. It looks like the names of all the previous recipients are engraved on it. Wow, one guy's listed a bunch of times.
Von Karma. I guess he must be a foreigner?
Yeah, that's probably it.
Well, wherever he's from, he must have been an amazing prosecutor. I'd like to meet this Mr. Von Karma sometime.
When she says it, his name kind of does have a ring to it. So basically, this says you were the best of the best last year, huh? You can take that foolish grin elsewhere, right? I lost a day of work to receive that travesty.
Huh?
I had to go to the police department to receive that broken shield. The police department? Yes, right next to the police station downtown. You've been there, haven't you? Where Detective Gumshoe works? Yeah.
I was wondering something about your shield. Why is it broken?
What does it matter? I've got more important things to worry about.
Oh, right.
He doesn't seem too concerned about his reward, for better or for worse. Yesterday was a very busy day for the prosecutor's office.
Maybe we should ask him more about yesterday?
I guess there's more to talk about now. Could you tell me more about yesterday, the day of the murder? Yesterday was the annual cleaning day at the prosecutor's office.
Cleaning day?
Working with the police department, we sort and file all evidence for solved cases. We call it evidence transferal.
Wiping your hands of old cases, in other words.
Oh, and another thing. A ceremony was held at the police department. There's an annual review and awards for outstanding police officers and prosecutors. And that's when you got the shield? I was at the police department yesterday afternoon. I got back here at 5:12. That's very precise.
People like myself and Mr. Edgeworth pride ourselves in our precision, Mr. Wright.
No, I place little faith in my memory. The only thing I trust is solid evidence.
Okay.
This is the parking stub from the underground lot. The murder took place around 5:15.
So the murder happened right after you got back.
What, right? I'd appreciate it if you'd direct that suspicious glare elsewhere.
Okay.
Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises?
I'm Edgeworth. What is it?
I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir.
Report? What? Did you find new evidence in the case against Chief Prosecutor Sky? I don't like the way this conversation is going at all.
Sky, sir? No, sir. No name of that kind, sir. Not in this report, sir.
I think I just heard Edgeworth's lid blow.
Mr. Edgeworth's lid isn't on very tight, is it?
I made a clear request to the police department, did I not? I need to focus on the trial tomorrow, so don't bring me anything unrelated.
Sir, but sir, I'm just following orders, sir. They told me to bring this to you. I wasn't aware of the particulars of your...
Give me your name.
Yes, sir. Meekins, sir. Officer Meekins.
Right. Officer Meekins, take your report and leave. And good luck with that raise next month.
But, sir, I didn't know.
Poor guy. Looks like he was absent on the day they gave out brains and good luck. Right. Yes, sir. He caught me off guard. As you can see, I'm busy. You may leave now.
Let's do what he says, Mr. Wright.
The victim was a detective from the same department as that patrolman just now. Go down to the police department. You can ask more there. Uh-huh. Thanks. He seems to have finally calmed down, at least. Nothing on the back. Miles Edgeworth. 1712. This is dated the day of the crime.
The murder took place 3 minutes after Mr. Edgeworth parked his car. If only he was held up at a couple extra red lights, he wouldn't have been caught up in this whole affair.
Perhaps.
It just goes to show you'll never know what happens when you run the yellow light.
Oh, she's still here. The hell is that thing?
Whew, we're finally here. Why would they put the police department so far away from the prosecutor's office?
Beats me. That took almost 30 minutes by taxi and traffic wasn't even that bad. The police department, huh? I've only ever been to the criminal affairs next door. Hold on, what's that?
Exactly what I was asking. Disturbing. Why does it undulate like that?
Oh, wait, I know. This is the Blue Badger. They're trying to make him a police mascot.
Wow, Mr. Wright, you sure know a lot about the police. Still, he does seem familiar somehow.
Forget the Blue Badger. Who's that next to him?
Someone appears to be dancing with the Blue Badger. Uh-oh, he noticed me.
He sure is running over here fast.
Hey, pal, what are you doing here?
That's my line, Detective Gumshoe. Specifically, why were you dancing over there?
What? Well...
Well, at least he doesn't seem to be busy. This is our chance to get information.
Hey, I'll have you know I'm a busy man, pal. I'll give you one word of advice, pal. You'd better not agree to defend the suspect in this case.
Why not?
Huh? Well, it's just that the chief prosecutor has confessed to the crime. She says she summoned the detective to the prosecutor's office, and she killed him.
But what if she's not telling the truth?
Yes, well, no, come on, pal. There's plenty of evidence stacked against her.
But what if the evidence was faked?
Hey, pal, can I speak to you for a second?
Huh, me?
Why is this little girl so peeved at me?
She's a relative of the suspect. She's Lana Sky's sister.
Whoa,
the chief prosecutor's little sister?
Just please investigate this case carefully, okay? Scientifically.
Yes, sir. Oh, by the way, you might want to keep your voices down. You don't want to be overheard using words like faked.
Huh?
It's a sensitive issue with us these days.
So what are you doing here, Detective Gumshoe?
Me? Well, nothing really. They kicked me out of criminal affairs.
Detective Gumshoe, what did you do this time?
What do you mean this time?
Then what happened? I know things are busy right now. I mean, with my sister's case and all.
It's true. We've never had a chief prosecutor murder anyone before. Only the highest ranked people are being let into criminal affairs now. The lowest ranking guy in there is our chief of detectives. They're not letting any of us rank and file detectives in at all.
None of you?
I know this is an important trial, but isn't that a little odd?
So anyway, I thought I'd spend the day getting the badger dance down pat.
Isn't there anything else you could be doing?
The chief of police himself is directing this investigation, pal. And Officer Marshall was assigned to the underground parking lot.
Officer Marshall.
Now that I think about it, Emma did seem to know that Marshall guy.
A patrolman in charge of a crime scene. It's unheard of, pal.
Probably shouldn't give that to him.
Hey, that's it. That's the King of Prosecutors award that Edgeworth got yesterday.
Were you at the awards ceremony, Detective Gumshoe?
Of course, pal. I got an award for diligence myself.
Congratulations.
I was wondering, why is the award a shield? And why is it broken?
Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later.
Apparently he's forgotten.
But I was proud of Mr. Edgeworth for winning that award. Even with all the naysayers in the prosecutor's office.
Naysayers? Must be because of the rumors. What about the knife?
Found in Mr. Edgeworth's car, stabbed with Mr. Edgeworth's knife, huh? What would drive Chief Prosecutor Sky to do such a thing? Wait, I didn't mean... I mean, sure, of course someone else really did it. Someone who must have a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth.
The car and the knife do seem a little too well organized to be a coincidence.
Poor Mr. Edgeworth. What could have happened?
We have to find a little more about what's going on with Edgeworth. Oh, it's the same thing. I don't think showing the ID badge is a good idea.
I was wondering about that.
What? The dancing blue badger? It's my masterpiece.
You made this, Detective Gumshoe?
The chief threw together some designs and I just did my thing, pal.
Nice work.
It's battery powered so it can go anywhere. There's no switch, so it just dances until the batteries die.
Poor blue badger fated to dance until he drops. Why is that evidence? So weird. Well, there's no spinning around. Well, let's just let him know. Detective Gumshoe, what can you tell me about this?
Huh? Hey, pal, this is a detective's ID card. You can't just keep that. You'll have to turn it into the police. It's people like you that get me into so much trouble all the time.
Meaning Detective Gumshoe must drop his card a lot.
Let me see. Bruce Goodman. Goodman. Sounds familiar. Nah, my mistake.
But didn't you work...
Oh, whoa, now I remember. Bruce Goodman. He's the victim.
That's what I thought. Can you tell us more, Detective Gumshoe? Okay, we got more talking. So, this ID card belonged to the victim.
He was a detective just like myself. Detective Bruce Goodman.
Don't you think it's strange? I mean, why would the victim's ID card be lying on the ground where we found it?
Well, Detective Goodman should have been at the police department yesterday. There was an evidence transferal case. There was an evidence transferal for a case he handled 2 years ago.
Evidence transferal. Mr. Edgeworth mentioned that too. But Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office.
Well, that's the thing. It's hard to say this, but word is that Chief Prosecutor Sky called him out there to the parking lot.
And Lana's confessing as much.
He's in a tough spot again.
Again?
Well, it all started with the murder of that defense attorney, Hammond.
But Mr. Edgeworth was found innocent.
Listen, pal. There have always been rumors about Mr. Edgeworth. Forging evidence. Making deals with witnesses. Nothing outright, but there were always whispered rumors. Ever since he was accused of murder, no one's whispering, they're practically shouting.
But there's no evidence against him.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth always had unusually strong ties to the department higher-ups. It's only natural that people would be suspicious.
I had no idea he was under the gun.
Anyway, this latest case has started a new rumor. People say the only reason he took the case is because he's aiming for the chief prosecutor position himself.
What?
But I know the truth, pal. Nobody wants to be the one who has to prosecute the chief prosecutor. Mr. Edgeworth is biting the bullet on this one. He's doing this for all of us. And that's all I know about that. I'm not officially on the case, you know.
Thank you. Why aren't you handling the case, Detective Gumshoe? We met the guy who is... What is his name? The guy in the parking lot.
That'd be Officer Marshall. He was appointed directly by the Chief of Police.
Officer Marshall? Is he some kind of Wild West sheriff or something?
No. Jake Marshall's just a regular officer. From West LA.
For a moment there, I wasn't sure.
Look, pal. Let me try to make things a little easier for you. Show them this, and I'll let you examine the crime scene. Maybe.
I'll be surprised if this gets us anywhere.
Just act like you're supposed to be there, and nobody will look at you twice, pal.
What's that? Why is there $20? Hey, look there. Looks like something's been crossed out. Maybe it was a letter or something to Detective Gumshoe. Let's see. Annual bonus $20. I think a couple of zeros are missing. No, that sounds about right. At least in that detective's case. Maybe I should rethink my career as an investigator. Oof. Is that everything? I guess that's everything. Looks like the investigation is still going. I have to be getting back to the shop. I don't know who's talking. Oh yeah, it is you. Oh, still here. Hello. Why the surprised looks? Didn't I mention... I've got a boyfriend in criminal affairs too. What happened to the security guard?
Hey, what's wrong, Bambino? You're looking like a doggy that's lost its head.
Jake Marshall. Strange guy to put in charge of a crime scene. What's... Like, it's so weird, right? There's something I wanted to ask you.
Detained on the crime, I call grave a man who's lost their dreams. And may I watch over him as they sleep, dreaming of the desert hard judgment.
He's asleep. Well, should we show this hopeless case something to catch his interest? There's something I wanted to ask you.
The scene of the crime, I call grave a man who lost their dreams.
Oh yeah, that's the same thing. Okay. Would you mind reading this for me?
What's this? I want you found letters to me. Go right in the spittoon.
It's a letter of introduction from Detective Gumshoe. May we investigate?
Gumshoe? Yeah, that old cat dog? You holding a birthday party or something?
Huh?
Look where it should say letter of introduction. It says invitation.
I think he just miswrote it. Wait, why am I getting all defensive here?
No worries, this proves it's from Detective Gumshoe. Better than a blood test. Guess I better let you in then.
Thank you, Officer Marshall. Oh. That's right, he's a patrolman, not a detective. Which reminds me. Hey, wait a sec. Isn't a crime scene supposed to be handled by a detective of hire?
Well, folks. The clues are calling. Welcome to our gold track. Be like to settle this track out for the lands online. Manifest destiny.
Let's have a hootenanny. Note to self, police investigations are like settling land. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say?
I say I won't be needing this anymore. Okay. Let's talk to him. Officer Marshall, could you tell us more about the victim?
Good men always die young. Remember that, partner?
Could you be a little more specific?
Bruce Goodman. He was a detective, right? Well, aren't you a feisty doggy there now? Detective Goodman was stabbed here at 5:15. The smiling Madonna told me the tale.
I think he means the witness, Ms. Angel Starr.
One stab to the chest, fine piece of work. Just here's the autopsy report.
Was my sister involved with the victim in any way?
Funny you should mention that, Bambina. Chief Prosecutor Sky and Detective Goodman had nothing in common at all.
Nothing in common?
They apparently worked together on the case a few years back.
So there's no motive.
Goodman wasn't that particularly gifted detective. That's one reason why I didn't go work with the chief prosecutor.
But my sister called the victim here on the day of the murder, right? Here, to this parking lot?
So it seems. Like calling another Armand to a shootout at night, noon.
I'm just gonna read this like garbled, I don't care. I'm not doing the cowboy voice. I don't mean any offense, but Officer Marshall, you're a patrolman, right? Not a detective.
You calling me out? They shoot you for that in Texas.
Huh?
I was one of them fancy shoot detectives till 2 years ago, to tell you the truth.
Really? Now he tells me.
But you're a patrolman now, so how can you be in charge of a crime scene now?
Nothing gets by you, huh, Bambina?
So why are you in charge?
No reason. We're just short on hands right now. I'm keeping an eye out in the meantime.
That's odd, though. Detective Gumshoe was saying he had nothing to do with... well, nothing important, at least.
He's nothing but a sad old Kyle dog. Can't find his tile. Maybe it's because he runs with that Edgeworth, huh?
Edgeworth?
That cow's been kicked out of his cattle round by the chief of police. Just he don't realize it yet.
Detective Gumshoe kicked out of the investigation? Okay, God. I mean, what should we show him? Okay, at the very least now, I should be able to go, hang on, well, we couldn't before, which is here. This looks like a cell phone.
Scientific analysis would suggest it belonged to the victim. I can't think of anyone else it could belong to.
What's so scientific about that? Shall we check it out? Right, let's check it out.
This phone's still on the redial screen.
Redial?
Mr. Wright? Most phones keep a record of the calls you've made and received. You just press the blue button to display the last number you called. Convenient, isn't? I'm surprised you didn't know about it.
Sorry to disappoint you, but even I know about things like redial.
Oh, sorry. It's just you never know with people from your generation.
Whatever, let's check this phone out. Now to see who the owner of this phone called last. Note to self, a defense attorney doesn't think, he just pushes the button. Hey, that song, I know that.
What's going on here, partner, over there?
Sorry.
I see, partner. You pressed redial on that cell phone, didn't you?
Well, yeah. Whose phone is this anyway? It was on the ground over there.
Whose is it? That belongs to the Chief Prosecutor Sky.
What? It's my sister's?
She apparently dropped it when she was taken into custody right after the crime. Look, the last calls Wright made when the murder occurred. Looks like she was fixing to call someone. Except she only spoke for a few seconds according to this.
Who'd she call?
No idea. Sorry, partner. Now I got a question for you, partner. I heard a phone ring just now. One of those newfangled ringtones.
Oh, that? Oh. I'm sorry, that was my phone.
What? Your phone?
Yeah, it's kind of strange, but someone called me right as we picked up the other phone. A wrong number.
I hope you're not lying. They shoot you for that in Texas, partner.
Oh, God. This guy. Uh-oh, I've incited the wrath of the Lone Star Patrolman. This appears to be the car where the body was found. It looks like the lock on the trunk is busted.
The crime took place in the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car. Quite a luxury car. It just screams I have money to burn.
Yeah, prosecutors get the big bucks. What's this? Looks like a note of some sort.
Look, something's written on it.
You're right. Let's see. 6-7S1212.
There's a name printed on the paper above that. Goodman.
Maybe it fell out of his pocket when he was killed.
Well, so what does it mean, Mr. Wright?
How am I supposed to know?
Note to self for deductive reasoning. Go to Edgeworth, not Wright.
I'm sure Edgeworth wouldn't know what this means either. Wait, where'd he go? Oh wait, I'm an idiot. He is here. I just had to exit. Oh my god.
Alright, compadre, count of 3.
Huh?
You gotta do that if you're gonna draw evidence on someone. That's all you do in Texas.
This guy. Remind me never to visit Texas. Ugh. But he's from LA, right? Hang on. Right? He is from LA. Wait, do I actually have to... Are you being for real? Yeah, okay. It doesn't say, but whatever. So there's no connection between Detective Goodman and my sister.
That's correct, right? But there's a gold mine of evidence against her. And the prospector tomorrow is none other than Edgeworth himself. I'm afraid your sister's fate is decided, Bambino. Many condolences.
Officer Marshall.
Yeah, Bambino?
How can you say that? You and my sister, you were... Is there something between this cop and her sister that I don't know about?
I apologize, Bambino. Someone must have gotten into me there. Maybe it's that dry wind that's blowing through the prospector's office.
Dry wind or ill will, something's up to something here. Someone's up to something here, but who? I can't read.
Suspicions about Mr. Edgeworth have been flying around for nearly 2 years now.
Forged evidence and arranging testimonies, you mean?
He was unbeatable because he did whatever it took to win. Unbeatable till he met you.
But rumors are just rumors, aren't they? These are prosecutors we're talking about. Evidence is everything to them.
And you follow the rumors about Edgeworth to the source, you find one person. But they're off limits, untouchable, you might say.
One person? Who?
I hate to say this, but it's your sister, Bambino. Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky.
What? My sister?
Edgeworth couldn't rustle all their cattle by himself. Some people load their guns with bullets, some people deal with them deals.
What? You're saying Edgeworth was making deals to win trials?
Where there's gunshots, there bound to be bullets. That's what the old timers say. There's a big old secret hidden around here somewhere, and everyone knows it.
Is that why Detective Gumshoe was taken off the case? Did they target him because he was closest to Edgeworth? So, how are we doing, Mr. Wright? I guess we've got some clues. We have an autopsy report, a note from the victim, and a cell phone. So you think we'll be okay? Well, the only thing bothering me is that Lana is confessing to the crime. She says she did it. No problem. I can guarantee that she's not the criminal. Oh, by the way, Emma. Yes? I know that song your phone plays when it rings. What? It's the Steel Samurai song, isn't it? That popular TV show for kids. The phone that rang earlier wasn't mine. It was yours. At 5:18, just after the murder took place. Your sister called you, didn't she, Emma? I'm sorry. Can you tell me what you talked about? She hung up right away. I see. A detective is murdered, and the suspect is the top prosecutor in the district. I've got a bad feeling about this. Like, maybe I still don't know everything that went on here. Wow, that was an hour and a half. Holy shit. Alright. Well, again, I'm gonna time box if this goes for ages, but we'll see. I'm not doing 7 hours like last time. I can't do that to myself again.
How did the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright?
Frankly, there are still a lot of gray areas.
Or rather, the whole thing is one big gray area. Don't worry about me, no matter what the outcome. I'm ready to accept my fate.
I believe in you, sis.
Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice.
Yes?
A defense attorney should never believe their client. The defendant is called to the trial because they are suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that.
Ms. Sky, you remind me a lot of Mia. But there is one decisive difference between you and her.
And that is?
You're not a defense attorney.
I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright.
The fact that she's saying don't believe the defendant, that means she's innocent because she's saying she did it. So if we follow her advice, she didn't do it. My first trial without a Fae helping me. No one's going to bail me out this time, except maybe the character that's a similar replacement character for the sake of the story. I'll be alone in there. So I have to discover the truth all by myself, like a big boy.
Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way.
It's the same judge, goddammit.
Court is now in session for the trial of Ms. Lana Sky.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Edgeworth. It's been 2 months, but I haven't been in a courtroom since his trial. I hope that the personal feelings will not be part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright. I will choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, not of anyone else.
Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement, please.
Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office lot.
Wow, he's much more forceful in person. I suddenly feel like confessing everything.
However, she will now pay for her rashness with her life. There was a witness to her crime. A professional witness.
Well then, call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth.
The prosecution calls its first witness, Ms. Angel Star, to the stand. The cough-up queen?
Huh? Haven't I seen you somewhere?
You ordered the caviar lunch, right?
Oh, caviar. I've never eaten caviar before.
The judge is really wolfing it down. And for you, I have a Fiesta Bowl. Thanks. Will the witness state her name and profession? And you, sir, did you order the fingerprint lunchbox? It is too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please. Well, Your Honor, how does it taste?
So this is why everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty it hurts. I always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca.
What the heck does pickled tapioca taste like? Name, profession, now. Me? The name is Angel Star. Don't go forgetting it. I find myself running Lunchland these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth? Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us.
The prosecution will wait. I'm not finished eating.
Hurry up.
Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. As you know, we usually call on the police to provide a description of the crime.
Your Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the court, I am a professional.
Aha! What exactly does that mean?
Until 2 years ago, Ms. Angel Starr was a special investigator with the police. She was a first-rate homicide detective. What? Miss Starr was a detective?
Aha! I know who you are. Cough up.
Cough up, Queen Angel Starr. Your Honor, long time no see.
Very well. You may continue with the description, Ms. Starr.
Just who is this lady? If I might have the court's attention over here. The parking lot at the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. A block is for the prosecutor's office personnel. B block is for visitors and clients. A chain divider separates the 2 blocks.
I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up prosecutor spaces, yes?
The crime took place by a car in the back of A block in the car's trunk. The killer stabbed the victim with this knife and went to drive the body out. Unfortunately for her, there was a witness, and an arrest was made on the spot.
And who was this valiant witness?
Why, it was me, Your Honor.
Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime?
Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor.
It seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright.
I can't agree on principle, Your Honor. It seems that some poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor. Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining?
If you can, then give them your worst, Miss Starr.
Wait, are they talking about me? I'm doing 2 polar opposites here. A guy that talks fast and a woman that talks slow. Somehow, I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend when I sensed something. Perhaps it was my finely honed detective's intuition at work. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then She thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest.
Bringing a lunchbox to your boyfriend. How touching.
As you can see, there is no room for doubt.
The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife which you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman.
So, how does it feel to be so utterly crushed?
I'm still thinking about that.
It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright.
Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness.
Somehow I always knew a day like this would come. Wait, why?
How did you know?
I respect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence of crime. Yet their methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy. The lunch lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted, given that they are used to erasing inconvenience evidence at their whim. Killing off a detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that. Miss Starr, do you have something personal against prosecutors? I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one.
Laid off? She was fired.
To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, I am a pro, as you know. My testimony is unbiased and flawless.
Very well. You may continue, Ms. Starr.
On her way to deliver lunch to a boyfriend. Alright.
This boyfriend, he's a detective.
Not that boyfriend. The security guard.
That boyfriend? You have several?
Yes. This boyfriend, that boyfriend, and the other boyfriend. Care to join? The yet another boyfriend position is still open for applicants.
I'll stick with the lunches, thanks.
Note to self, the judge had to think before applying. The security guard room is in the lot in A block. It's up on the second level, so you can see everything from there.
That would be the room with the security sign. Incidentally, did you bring your lunchboxes by car?
Since I'm a visitor now, I parked in B block. So she was in B block when she witnessed a crime.
Okay. By garish car, you mean...
Mr. Edgeworth's car, yes.
Mr. Edgeworth's?
Incidentally, the knife with which the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth's. Wasn't it?
Indeed, it was. What an odd case this is. And the person you saw, you're sure it was the defendant?
I saw her from no further than 30 feet away. I am certain it was her. If she's telling the truth, we're doomed. Let's do what we can. We don't have any proof. We can always nitpick. Witness. In your testimony, you clearly stated the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms. Ergo, you are a biased witness. You might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie. Huh? Rookie? Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me.
I'll fry you like a fritter, crispy on the outside and chewy on the inside.
That was inspiring.
I believe I've heard that tagline elsewhere. You could cry plagiarism? I may be relegated to the lowly post of lunch lady, but my instincts are honed.
A photograph? You took this?
The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over and snap, I took a picture. In fact, one of my lunchboxes is rigged with a camera. I suppose that's more exciting than hanging it around your neck. Witness, why am I only seeing this photograph just now? You think I'd show it to you, a prosecutor? Think again. Ugh. My boyfriend works in the photography division of criminal affairs.
Well, this is most certainly the defendant.
Uh-oh. That is unmistakably Lana Skye. So, what was the defendant doing at the time? Oh. Okay, well, the photo she just presented, right? She's not holding a knife. Yeah, there's no knife.
Objection!
And you witnessed this. You saw Ms. Kai stab the victim with a knife. As I've already said, yes. I swear it on my finest salmon swirl lunch.
I'm sure that is a fine lunch.
But isn't that odd? Look at this photograph. This is the photograph of the very moment of the crime. Is it not? Then why is Ms. Skye not holding a knife?
Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts?
Objection. That had to be the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth. Yet it was still stronger than your ever feeble mind, Mr. Wright.
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
This photograph was not taken before the stabbing. This was taken the moment after the stabbing. And how can you tell that? Blood spatter. Huh? See the dark crimson stains on the chief prosecutor's coat? But it's a black and white photograph.
Ah, yes, it's hard to tell, but this could be blood.
Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problem here. No problem except you.
Mr. Wright, are you just going to sit there and take that kind of abuse?
You got a better idea. Wait, that contradicts what the witness said in her testimony. Namely that she took the picture the moment she witnessed the crime.
Well, it seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies.
That's it.
If you run out of lunch, you order seconds. Problem solved. If you don't like it, try ordering the jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go. Good advice. I'm not sure I understood it, but good advice. I didn't have time to stop her. Prosecutor Skye was cold, calculating, like a robot. She killed without pain or remorse. It was a premeditated murder.
Premeditated? How do you know? Look at the chief prosecutor's hand in the photograph.
Well? Are those gloves?
Surgical gloves made out of rubber, most likely. Why would she have those on? If it was not premeditated, premeditated, she would not be wearing those gloves.
These gloves do seem to tell the tale of premeditation.
Premeditated murder, a serious offense.
Witness, add this to your testimony.
The murder was planned. The rubber gloves prove it.
Wait a minute. If she planned it, why did she need Edgeworth's knife?
Objection!
Witness, do you know what this is?
Are you trying to test me? I sell lunchboxes for a living, you know. That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk.
Indeed. It is my knife. Oh, the audience is like rabbling. This is new. The defense has a request. We ask that the witness provide an accurate testimony.
What's that, rookie?
In your testimony, you stated that Lana Skye planned this murder. And that's why she was wearing those special gloves.
Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicate planning.
However, why would she not also prepare the most important thing? The murder weapon.
Oh.
This knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to plan a murder, you don't forget about the weapon. Ah!
Order! Order! Order!
Great, now the tide is turning in our favor.
Great show, Mr. Wright.
My sister's good as free.
Right. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie.
What?
I hope you aren't deluding yourself into thinking the tide has turned. Not over such a trifling detail.
But this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory.
But the prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who seems to care is that lunch lady over there. The defendant, Lana Skye, murdered a detective with a knife. That is the only thing the prosecution needs to prove. Nothing else.
Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now. But you know as well as I do that she planned on killing him. It was planned. If it wasn't, why would she be wearing...
I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again.
Witness, please tell us what you saw, not what you thought.
How dare you?
My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated.
Really now? Lana Skye intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim an asshole before she stabbed him. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive the human machine to plunge the knife in again and again. That's so funny that the text said that's why she called the victim. I was just trying to be funny. Hey, Laura.
The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. It does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it?
So if I ordered a pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy?
In any case, the defense may now cross-examine the witness.
Okay. But she's the one that had a grudge. How did he get stabbed again? Hang on. Where's the autopsy report? Aha! Got you. Was only one wound. You say you stabbed... Oh, sorry. You say she stabbed him again and again. But you couldn't have witnessed that. Are you testing me? Then I'll test you. With my moss surprise.
I'm afraid the moss is growing under our feet as we wait, Ms. Starr.
What do you mean?
I shouldn't have to explain this, but take a look. The autopsy report states that death was due to a loss of blood from one stab wound.
Aha, you're right. Good show, Mr. Edgeworth.
What a hunk. He's my hero, really. What about my objection? No one noticed.
Well, witness?
You got the crime scene set, right?
Oh, thanks.
I always believed that no one could ever mistake ketchup for blood. But now I realize that such mistakes are possible. So, you're saying you mistook something for blood? When she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood at her breast. Splattered blood from her victim. That's why I thought she stabbed him at least twice.
Then tell us what you saw, that you thought was blood. Testify.
Her red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was. Red muffler? What is she talking about? Okay. What is she talking about? Ms. Starr, I demand an explanation. The witness is clearly not suited for detective work. What? The suspect was not wearing a scarf or muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim. And you've proved it yourself. With this photograph. Huh? But can't be. Only a professional lunch lady could be so utterly clueless. Congratulations. Perhaps you finally found your true calling in life.
Harsh words, but good.
In the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevails. What was my objection? Chopped liver? But it was there, a scarf, no. Not that, but something red. Really? Well now, where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business. What? What?
Very well, witness. Continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that.
Very well. I do remember some things, accurately at least. Ultimately, we couldn't shake the most important part of her testimony. The most important part? The part where your sister stabs the victim. This next testimony might just be the moment of truth. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. As quickly as I caught her... I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. Yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what made me confused in my earlier testimony. The chief prosecutor made to escape, but against Angel Star, resistance is futile.
You are quite determined about this scarf, aren't you?
I strike like a snake and bite like a cobra. That's me, Angel Star. That wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, a cobra is a kind of snake.
Don't bother me with details unless you want to get bitten.
No, thanks. Note to self, Mr. Wright is weak against poisonous snake bites. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. An oil drum? Hard to imagine. Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Rawr.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination, if you will.
Okay. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. Ah, yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. The chief prosecutor made to escape. Okay. But wasn't she in the other garage? You say quickly. Were you close to the suspect? As I just said, I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time. Maybe I should press her for more details. I'd like to see this on the floor plans just to be safe. The Lunchland car was... She was a visitor, thus, and she was parked in B block. So you witnessed the murder from here? That would make it about 30 feet from the car, yes. Is that correct, Ms. Starr? Yes, that's right.
But there was a chain link fence in front of you.
I went over it, of course.
Amazing, the cough-up queen. Lunch lady athlete indeed.
It would have taken her a little time to climb over the fence, so she couldn't have gotten my sister that fast. Yeah, that fence was about 9 feet high too. So how did Ms. Sky not get away? Okay. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. What? Why is she keen on the muffler? She mentioned the muffler? What exactly did she say? If I remember correctly, I would have told you in my testimony. Cheeky. Anyway, all I heard from her was she said the word muffler.
Just one word?
So, what you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but to someone else? Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone. Her phone? She can't mean... By phone, do you mean this cell phone discovered at the crime scene? Yes, ultimately. Ultimately? My memory is like a salmon heading upstream, you see.
No, the court doesn't see Ms. Starr.
The chief prosecutor first attempted to use the phone hanging on the wall.
On the wall?
That's right, near the car. There was an emergency phone on the wall. Apparently, it was out of order.
And so she used her cell phone.
Indeed. The emergency phone was out of order that day.
Good witnessing, witness.
Good witnessing? Whatever happened to good testifying?
You should, of course, add this to your testimony.
The things I do to please this rookie defense attorney. Okay. I saw it all, how she tried the phone on the wall but had to use her cell instead. Okay. Do you think you could restate your testimony for the court?
Aha, I was going to ask the same thing.
I'll only say this one time, so listen close, rookies. The chief prosecutor stabbed the victim and ran behind the partition. Then she picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but it was out of order. So she pulled her own cell phone out of her pocket.
And during that time, you climbed over the chain link fence.
Then I boldly grabbed her arm. The chief prosecutor hung up her phone.
And you saw her doing this.
What is it, Mr. Wright? Yeah. I'm sorry my sister is so suspicious, Mr. Wright.
Not as sorry as I am.
But she didn't do it, you have to believe me. What exactly that diagram... Like, what they showed in that diagram is wrong. Because... If we look at, this... Well, we found the phone was right next to the car.
Objection!
Ms. Starr, I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Ms. Lana Skye.
The witness is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias. Well, who would have thought you would be my knight in shining armor, prosecutor? You, who together with the chief prosecutor kicked me out 2 years ago. Totally not a vendetta, bro.
Well, Ms. Starr, this is a fatal contradiction in your testimony. How do you explain this?
I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me, and I'll make you cough it all up.
Ahem. Let's look at the floor plans. You said you witnessed the crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't have possibly seen Ms. Skye making that phone call. Oh. Well, yeah, that is true too. I just meant like where the phone was dropped. I believe you see what I'm getting at. That emergency phone was on the back side of this partition. If indeed you were in B block, you couldn't have seen it.
Wah!
Order! Order! What is the meaning of this? It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch, she's coughing up lies.
Grr. That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you'll allow me a question. Tell us exactly what lie the witness has told in court.
Here's where the counterattack begins. I can't afford to get this wrong. The witness has lied about where she saw it. Ms. Kai tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What is significant about that fact? Nothing. Therefore, it would be pointless for Ms. Starr to lie about it. Pointless to lie, I see. But say the witness did actually see Ms. Skye using the emergency phone. It would mean Ms. Starr witnessed the crime from a different location.
A different location. Now, that's a pointless lie, if I've ever heard one.
Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it. Let me ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime? All the testimony we've heard until now points in one direction. The place from where Ms. Starr witnessed the crime was here.
Security room, right?
This is the only place where she could have been. The security guard room?
Indeed, the security room in the underground parking lot is well positioned. It's built on the second floor, so you can see the entire lot.
She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are so many other places she could have seen the phone.
Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness, not being part of the prosecutor's office, couldn't park in Block A. The only place she could have seen the crime and the back of the partition is here. I remember in your testimony you said you brought lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room, yes? Well, Ms. Starr, how many years have I been getting the better of men? To think that the tables could be turned. Today, a man has gotten the better of Angel Starr.
Order! Order! Witness! What have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better.
I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished. And I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails. The guilty? Is she talking about Ms. Sky? Mr. Wright, doesn't this strike you as odd? Why did Miss Starr lie? It doesn't make sense. Huh? She could have just said she saw the crime from the security guard station. It wouldn't change anything. Exactly. This photograph tells all. It was the defendant who stabbed the victim. That truth still stands. It still stands. I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth. What? If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this. She wouldn't risk that without good reason.
So tell us, what was her reason, Mr. Wright?
Huh, me?
Who else?
Mr. Wright, let's review what we know. Miss Starr witnessed the crime from the security guard station. But she lied and said she saw it from B block. It must make a vital difference, but what? What would change? The distance to the crime. It changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime. My condolences, Mr. Wright, but one look at the floor plans and it's quite clear. The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see how that would change what she could see. What she saw is not in question here. What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime. Ms. Starr, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Ms. Sky?
Well, witness?
You... Yes? You ordered the squid wheels, right? The quality of my lunches has gone from low to inedible. I was bringing a PB&J lunch with fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend.
Boysenberry for the boyfriend.
He wasn't in the station, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from the glass-walled station. And before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene. But the door was locked. I couldn't open it. Oh, get fucked. There's no way. Even if you were a marathon runner. That's why I had to go through the visitors parking in B block.
That's quite a detour.
It probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime. Okay, but she said she got there quickly earlier.
5 minutes? This changes things considerably.
But it was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. I know it. I have photographic evidence. I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spork.
You have a point, and the spork is a wonderful invention.
Would you like another caviar lunch?
Oh, absolutely.
Uh-oh. Mr. Wright, you have to do something. Do I have any evidence to stop this? Yes, dude. 5 minutes between the witnessing of the murder and the arrest? Think about it. You could make pasta in that amount of time, if you like it al dente. I've got lunch boxes that tie pasta in knots, rookie. A 5-minute blank, isn't that strange? Strange. If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor?
I guess I'd flee the scene. Hey! Don't get the wrong idea, I didn't kill anyone.
But you have the instincts of a killer, you would run. But this time was different. Ms. Sky dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. Inconceivable.
Yeah.
Well then, it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. The witness has a grudge against the defendant, and a blank in her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, is the next witness ready to go?
Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated this witness on account of her professional history. We did it. We screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright. Ugh, that was too close.
I'm afraid that the cough-up queen has been dethroned. And with that, court is adjourned.
Thank God. What? Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid wheels, right? That's the one she tried to foist off on me. I prefer not to take the defense team's leftovers. Anything else to say? I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence.
What was that?
Is this another one of her trick lunchboxes?
My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Ms. Starr.
Ah. Is this your jumbo lunchbox?
Oh, a triple-decker. Out of deference to the witness's determination, I'll allow one more testimony. Let's hear about this decisive evidence.
Like the Lunchland motto says, you won't be disappointed. What's she going to pull out of her lunchbox this time? I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on the shoe. One was, of course, the victim's, and the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Ms. Lana Sky. This shoe proves it. It's flawless. Decisive evidence. Never mind how the fuck I have this.
What? There was blood found on that shoe?
Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs.
Objection!
Witness, what is the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence? Simple, as I've already said. I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself. And you had blood tests performed. Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics. In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence. What? You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule number 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, this shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, this shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. No. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen. You could at least study some evidence law, really.
The prosecution's complaints notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems you have yet another count against you, witness.
Anything to ensure that the guilty are properly judged. Okay.
Very well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Okay. I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found in the shoe. One, of course, is the victim's. And the other blood type matched that of the defendant's lie in the sky. This shoe proves it. It's flawlessly decisive evidence. But how, though? That blood could have got in there anyway, right? Okay, hang on. Let's look at the photo and see if we can see her feet. Oh! No, but that's her shoes, right? Whose shoe is it again? Hang on. Why? And it's the victim's shoe. Do we have a photo of the victim? Hang on. Doesn't look like we have a photo of the victim. Still, like, how does this prove it? I can't let this evidence go through without a fight. You ordered the peppered fish guts, right? Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some like your client. She's in enough hot water to make a whole vat of soup. Mr. Wright, do you or don't you have a problem with the shoe? A problem? This is critical. Is there a problem with the victim's shoe? Well, I guess... Oh, hold on. Shit, I forgot to do something. This mechanic now. There's blood on the base of it? Ah, there's blood there too. On the sole of the shoe? It's got to be the victim's. He must have stepped in a puddle of his own blood. All this blood, it's horrible. This blood might be an important clue. It means the guy tried to run. So the body was moved? Okay, well then, yes, now there's a problem. If I'm not imagining things, I'd say there's one critical problem with this evidence. It's a clear contradiction.
That gleam in your eyes, you're still young, rookie. I'd give you a peppered fish gut now, but you couldn't take the heat, could you?
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is contradictory about the victim's shoe?
Show us the problem with this evidence. Oh, I guess I would have done this anyway.
Take that!
I wonder if you noticed. There's blood on the bottom of the shoe.
Don't mess with me, rookie. Or it'll be your blood on the bottom of my shoe.
Indeed, there is quite a bit of blood on the bottom of the shoe.
It makes sense. The victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly be contradictory about the bottom of his shoe? I mean, yeah, I guess that would have been bloody footprints, right? There's nothing here. That's what I was trying to ascertain. The problem lies in the footprint.
The footprint?
Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why aren't there any bloody footprints found by the scene of the crime? Aha! As you can see, there are no traces of such footprints anywhere at the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about this shoe. This picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints. Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene and found nothing of the sort.
Order! 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 Well, witness.
What? Huh? Great going, Mr. Wright, but it's true that the lack of a footprint is a contradiction. But then we have to ask, why wasn't there a footprint?
Oh!
That's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint.
Think, Mr. Wright, think.
Hey, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions.
What?
I see. Now I get it. Get what? Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There's one vital hint to the truth in her testimony.
What are you talking about?
Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect.
The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside and kicked over an oil drum. Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Row.
I thought that was a strange thing for a normally cool-headed chief to do. No kidding. Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty?
Oh, that? I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Though apparently you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunch factory.
Witness, well, was the oil drum empty?
The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming of water.
Water? What does that mean? Still don't get it, Mr. Wright. Do you want to know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason?
Aha, you don't mean...
Yes, the suspect knocked over that oil drum for one reason alone. To erase the bloodstains that would become evidence against her. What?
That ties up things quite nicely. The bloodstains left on the victim's shoe tie her quite clearly to this murder. Then, after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs.
Why, that's a prosecutor's specialty, erasing evidence. That reminds me, Miss Sky's right hand was hurt. Didn't she say she'd cut herself when stabbing him? So that's when my sister's blood got on the shoe.
Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial.
Mr. Wright, do something. Please. What? What can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime and she tried to conceal it. But... Enough. There is no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor.
Very well.
But Angel Star is on the prosecution's side. She could have been lying about the water.
This court finds the defendant, Ms. Lana Sky.
Little girl, what did you just say? Huh? Me? Did you say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution's side? Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing the footprints. Well, I thought you'd had your fill, but here you are demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox. A lunchbox called evidence.
Wait, witness, don't tell me you have something else.
The time for deliberations has passed. Any further comments, and you will be held in contempt of court. Your threats don't scare me, the cough-up queen. Look at this.
A photograph?
I had it just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim.
I see no room for error in this evidence.
Mr. Wright, look. Look at the asphalt in this photo. Hey, it's clearly wet.
Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all.
It's not your fault. I knew I couldn't win this case from the beginning. And it seems this is what your sister wanted anyway.
I'm sorry, Mia. Right, wet or not. Don't be so quick to throw in the towel. Get yourself up off the asphalt and take another look. Don't give up, not until the bitter end.
This is the last piece of evidence. Very well. This time I'd like to declare a verdict for good.
Objection!
Your Honor, wait! What is it with you people? Can't I hand down my verdicts in peace anymore? Whatever it is, can it wait?
No, it can't. Then it'll be too late. Look at this photograph, the last one submitted. This trial isn't over until we give each piece of information proper consideration. So, right. Are you saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence? Yeah. I'll think later. Yeah, there's a problem. Right or wrong, I've got to go ahead with this.
I suppose, since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show the court the problem in this photograph.
Wait, there's something in the muffler. Oh, that's what they meant by muffler. That's what you heard on the phone. The problem in this photograph is here. What's this? There's something poking out of the car's muffler.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Edgeworth.
Your Honor.
You just said muffler. However, I see no trace of a muffler or scarf in any kind of photograph.
A muffler is also a part on a car or motorcycle, Your Honor. Just think of it as part of the exhaust system, a pipe.
I see, and I see. What's that suspicious-looking cloth sticking out of the muffler?
So what if there's something sticking out of the muffler? What does that have to do with this case? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Sorry, Ms. Starr, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much in your testimony. What?
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us why you think the piece of the cloth in the muffler is related.
Muffler. Ms. Starr, recall your testimony for the court. Ah, yes. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. Muffler. Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence. Oh, what?
Well, it seems we'll have to suspend the proceedings.
Suspend?
I find myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we leave any question unanswered here, we do a disservice to the law. Have the car at the crime scene inspected at once and bring me that cloth. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed?
I suppose so. Phew, that was close. But we made it, at least for now.
This court will adjourn for a 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime after all.
He's still hungry? It's still early. Okay. I'm going to assume this is going to end because it says former and now it says latter. Mr. Wright? Huh? What? Are trials always like this with you? Like you're swimming up from the bottom of a lake about to reach the surface, but then no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there? Pretty much. Except today, we're swimming in quicksand. So what happened to your sister anyway? Apparently she got called off to the judge's chambers. Probably something to do with that piece of cloth. So this is where we turn this trial around, right? Our only weapon, a tiny, insignificant piece of cloth. I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth.
Hello, partner. If they say you show red cloth to a bull, it'll fire its temper. That's why they told me when I was a young'un, at least.
Officer Marshall?
Thought I'd come take a look and see how the trial's going. Looks like I'm late. They got the home range locked down tighter than a fort in the enemy territory.
That hard to slip out, huh? What is going on over there anyway? All the police I've seen these last 2 days have been really on edge.
Don't you got enough on your plate worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about the chief prosecutor's haze and mufflers, for example.
Officer Marshall? The whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf.
You don't say. That don't just beat all. I've seen the red breeze blur the slender neck many a time. I saw it that day, too. She was wearing a red muffler.
What?
Auntie Ward sent me that afternoon, too. Edgeworth's seen it, too, I reckon.
What does that mean? In the photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf. So Miss Starr wasn't mistaken.
Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns. And sometimes you just gotta let that bull go where it will. Time will tell.
I have a bad feeling about this. So, what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright?
If it stays sauce, I can hook you up with some ribs. We.
Okay, well, I guess it's not over.
I'd like to resume.
What's up? The judge keeps looking over at the prosecution.
There's something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth. Your face is blue, your lips are purple, you're sweating bullets. That furrowed brow, those grinding teeth, those watery eyes. What's more, your eyes are unfocused, you're doubled over, your back is bent.
It can't be. This can't happen. I wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth.
Well then, I believe it is time we continued on with this trial. During our recess, I had requested that the prosecution conduct an
This is unacceptable.
It seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself.
Oh, excuse me. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
What's with this guy? A strange, stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom. Hey, the temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in. Who on earth is he?
Oh, it's you.
Oh, sorry I'm late, Aji. The Reds were packed, it's just me. Long time no see, Aji. How you been? Swim much these days?
Oh, hello. No, I've been so busy.
Busy, smizzy. Aji, my boy. You have to make time to relax.
Yes, indeed.
Gee, seems to be a nickname for Judge. I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. I'm sorry, but who are you?
Haha. You're Righto, the attorney. I've heard many good things about you, son.
Thanks.
Sorry about our little worthy giving you all that trouble, huh? You know, we should all go swimming together sometime. Jolly.
Little Worthy?
Mr. Wright. You don't know the district chief of police?
Chief of police?
He's the top-ranking officer in the entire district.
Name's Gant, Damon Gant. Pleased to meet everyone.
So, what do we have? What do we owe the honor today? It's been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it?
Well, it's Worthy here. Look at the poor fellow. I just thought I'd help out by bringing this.
Hey, that's my sister's muffler. So Miss Star wasn't seeing things. When the crime occurred, Miss Sky really was wearing that muffler.
But to think that it was stuffed into that exhaust pipe. On Little Worthy's car, no less. It's really quite embarrassing, even for us.
What's this?
It's what you call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this.
Chief, what kind of outfit are you running?
Mr. Edgeworth?
How could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job?
Oh, now wait a minute, Worthy.
I've no desire to hear your excuses.
I'm telling you to wait. Or didn't you hear me? Have a look at this document where it says person in charge of investigation. There's no mistaking that signature, is there? Miles Edgeworth?
That's not fair. On the day of the crime, I had...
Your head in the clouds because you got that award. I know how you feel. But you're the person in charge. I'll expect a written apology.
What? Are you serious?
Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up that mess. That mess you made.
This is the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words.
This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Gah.
The court accepts this new evidence. But I'd like to ask the defense a favor first.
Yes?
Just to be sure, I'd like you to take a look at the blade of this knife.
The blade, Your Honor? Well, I don't see why not.
Could you open it up for me, I wonder?
Yes, well, I think all you have to do is push this switch and...
If I cut my finger, Mr. Wright, I wouldn't be able to pound my gavel anymore. I need a test dummy.
Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I wouldn't be able to point it at people anymore. Come on, just hurry up and open it. Oh, this is automatic. I'm not doing this. Ah, don't scare me like that. I'm the one who's scared. Look at this knife blade. The tip is broken off. And this dark red stain. Blood? Okay. This does not excuse the actions of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself.
I'm sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us?
Hang on, can I see that knife again? It has SL92. Okay. I saw the tag, I didn't remember what it said.
About the split between the prosecutors and the police about this knife.
Yeah, sure. Not a problem. Not even a little one, really. This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. Our detective was killed at the police department. See, what a mess. The time of the crime, 5:15. Scary coincidence, huh? It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it.
There was a murder at the police department, a detective?
That's a hush-hush information, Udgy. We haven't exactly announced it yet.
Wait a second. You said 5:15. That's the exact time Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office.
Order! Order! Order!
Anyway, we at the department were all flustered, as you might well imagine. We're in the middle of a top-secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay?
I think we understand the police department situation. Well, Mr. Wright.
Two detectives killed at the same time in two different places. The chances of that are really slim, scientifically speaking, of course. I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness.
Very well. Keep your question focused to the case at hand.
This knife is special, but I can't say how here.
Alright. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between... Okay. Well, I guess we need to try and prove a connection. What was that knife doing? Wait a minute. Oh my god. Okay. That's pretty clever. I didn't think I would have caught it because the second number didn't. I was like, is that a 1 or a 7? But it's not. The whole thing is upside down.
Objection!
Wait a second.
Ah, at last, an honest-to-goodness objection.
This knife. This has something to do with Detective Goodman.
What do you mean?
Ah, an honest-to-goodness, what do you mean from Udgy? This is great.
Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL92.
And this is important. Why?
Over here, we also have a memo that was written on the body of the victim.
What's this? 6 minus 7s. 12 of the 12th.
Your Honor, it's upside down.
Upside.
The printed name on the memo makes it look like it's right side up. But turn it around and what do you get? Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down. SL9.
That's the same thing written on the knife's tag. Order! Order! Well, Chief.
Ah, well. I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, Ryder.
I win? What game is this guy playing?
The knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. That was a bad day.
Okay. Alright, so why? So this knife was stolen.
Yes, but on the day of the murder.
It was evidence, as you say. Was in fact a murder weapon.
Nice. Good show, Little Worthy. It was a murder weapon, as it happens. It was evidence from a case long since solved.
So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder. And it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car. Hard to think there isn't a connection there. Okay. On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department.
That's a fact surprising, isn't it, Aji?
I'm at a loss for words.
And the perpetrator, do you have a suspect?
Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact.
Just arrested. That was quick.
But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help. Righto.
I suppose I could help if you help me by giving me data on your case.
Oh, good one. This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only.
Fuck. Where the victim was found, how the victim was killed, where the victim died. Probably where the victim was found, right? How the victim was killed, knife. Where the victim... Yeah, no, that one. So tell me, where was the victim found?
Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found, but I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department.
The evidence room? Wait a second. I've heard of that. The evidence room. Didn't he mention that in his testimony just now?
This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the evidence room.
There's a connection between the two cases. You seem happy, Mr. Wright. Happy? We just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case. With the link between the two cases established, we finally have some leverage. Now, we can get Gant to testify about the details. Well, now it's linked, right? Chief. The defense's position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven.
Nah, you don't say. Well, out with it, Righto. What's your connection?
Yes, out with it, Mr. Wright.
The connection is a place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room. Not to mention the victim had a note on him, the case number on the knife's evidence tag. And we also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in that very same evidence room.
Indeed. There do seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence.
You two make a good pair. I took my men 2 days to find... Wait, it took my men 2 days to find out what you just deduced right here.
Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department.
See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet and all.
Can we get the information unofficially?
Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all.
What? Really? Who would have guessed?
I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim at the department, okay?
2 detectives were killed at 5:15. One at the prosecutor's office, one at the police department. That can't be a coincidence. And the knife. What was it doing there? I'd better check this knife out.
This knife was evidence in a case.
Okay. Why can't you reveal the name? If you're going to tell us a little, why not tell us everything?
Ah, well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly.
Oh, well, I guess I might as well have to try get what I can out of him. Oh, the ID number, GG. Okay, how about you tell me the ID number?
Sure, why not? It's not like you'd be able to tell who it is from that.
Of course not. You won't tell me their name after all.
We keep a tight lid on ID numbers, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is 5842189.
Well, that's quite long.
And we have to remember these. It drives me nuts.
I can't do it.
You didn't even get the first number right.
Well, Mr. Wright, did this tell you anything?
The ID number, yeah, tells me something. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think.
Meaning?
It has to be what I think it is. But what does this mean?
Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. You say the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department tells you something. What does it tell you?
Witness.
What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night.
No, it's just, I got confused. And this is news. Huh? Just come out with both guns blazing like you always do. The police wait, was I wrong? The police department and the prosecution's office. 2 places, 2 detectives murdered at one at a time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here.
Oh, is it yours?
No, Your Honor, I'm a defense attorney, remember? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman.
No, shame on you, Wright. Personnel IDs are top secret.
Detective Goodman's ID number is 5842189.
And this means that what exactly?
Huh?
Wait. That ID number we heard from the chief earlier. That started with 82. I've forgotten.
You didn't even get the first number right again. The number the chief of police gave us was 5842189. Wait a second, right? What is this? Mean? That's what I want to know. The 2 ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that?
Oh, sharp as a tack, Righto. Sharp as a tack.
But wait, Detective Goodman is our victim. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot.
Yet, a Detective Bruce Goodman was also killed at the police department. In the evidence room at the exact same time. That's impossible. So what you're saying is the same person was killed at the same time? And in a completely different location?
Order! 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 What does it mean?
No. What I want to know is why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine. But I'm the prosecutor in charge of the case.
Now, just wait a second, Worthy. No need to get all flustered.
Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case.
Wait. I said wait. Or didn't you hear me? The oversight, the grave error? Mr. Edgeworth, they're yours.
What? How? How dare?
We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our Officer Meekins who brought you the news.
Officer Meekins?
Mr. Wright, have we heard that name before? Wait, aha.
Excuse me, but Mr. Edgeworth, anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got a report, sir.
You don't mean him?
According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe.
But your officer, he told me. He said the report had nothing to do with the Law in the Sky incident.
Detective Bruce Goodman, murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on top of the report.
Duh. Why didn't your officer tell me?
Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer was capable of making the connection. He did seem challenged.
Yeah, in any case, this is a serious error. A gross negligence of duty on your part, Worthy.
But, sir, you could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. Then I...
No such luck this time, Worthy. Or should I say, unworthy.
What?
Now, what was the second rule of evidence law,
Well, Mr. Wright,
Huh? Oh, well, it's... rule number 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And how is this rule relevant?
Normally, you submit a list of evidence to be used in court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list.
So what does this mean?
I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. The connection was just proven by Wright over here. Good job, Wright, my boy.
Huh? Oh, I was just doing my job. No.
It seems we have come to the end of the trial.
I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy. What with all these rumors? You're even in the defendant's chair just this past December.
I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Please. Just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened if it's the last thing I do.
You'd better get results this time. Really.
You have my Profound apologies, sir.
Poor Mr. Edgeworth.
I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. I will grant one further day as the prosecution has requested. Will that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Whatever your punishment for this is, I hope for your sake it's not decisive. Very well, this court is adjourned.
Let me see how long this is. Give me a sec. Non-spoiler. Okay. Yeah, no, it's long. Not making this mistake again. Let's just get to the start of this and then, yeah. Mr. Wright, so what's going on with the case anyway? I'm a little confused.
Well, let's see. What is going on? The victim, Detective Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death after 5 p.m. on the 21st. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot and the police department's evidence room.
What's this and the evidence room part? The prosecutor's office and the police departments are 30 minutes apart by car.
Well, that's what we're going to find out, or try to at least.
Alright, let's do it.
Glad she's in good spirits, but I'm not sure she's going to be much help with this.
Don't be so sure, Mr. Wright.
Huh?
Look, we're in this together, right? I'll prove that these thick-rimmed glasses of mine aren't just for show. Let's go. Science awaits us. You know, I really don't think we should worry about the police department murder. There wasn't even a body there. Who cares?
Yeah, it was only our victim who was killed in their evidence room. No biggie.
Besides, my sister would never do such a thing. I know it.
That oil drum was empty.
The oil drum, kicked over by the chief prosecutor, was brimming with water. My sister erasing evidence at a crime scene? Never.
Even though she says they really don't get along, Emma really likes her sister.
That's not it at all. It's just, we're both professionals at what we do, and I trust her.
Big words for a high school student. Well, whether there was blood on the floor or not, the water in that oil drum washed it all away.
Ignore the strength of my science at your own peril, Mr. Wright.
Huh? What's that grin for?
This situation calls for one thing, and that's lumenthal testing fluid.
Lumenthal? Or luminol, sorry.
Blood is sticky stuff, you know. You can't just wash it away with a little water. Even if you can't see it, it's still there.
But wouldn't the police have already done those tests?
Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. Wright. Just give it a try.
Me? Why do I have to do it?
I'm a minor. I can't even drink yet.
We're testing blood stains with this stuff, not drinking it.
Here, look, I'll lend you my glasses.
Huh? You had an extra pair of those things.
To test for a blood reaction, just spread luminol on it. Like this, see? Press A to spray on. Okay, let's find some blood stains. God damn it. Alright, let's just do this quickly.
I can see her eyes shining behind those glasses. So this is a blood stain.
Ugh, it's so... Ugh.
Emma, you're shaking.
It's just, this is my first time seeing real blood.
Scientific investigation in action.
Okay, we'll definitely know this is a blood stain, but it doesn't strike you as odd? Scientifically speaking, of course.
What's odd about this, scientifically?
The location? Why, the bloodstain's location, of course. It's elementary. Huh? Why is that elementary? I mean, I would think if there was a fight, you'd expect some bloodstains there. I suppose you might think that. Come on, Mr. Wright, we're all counting on you. Maybe it's the amount of blood that's odd. I definitely think so. I mean, look at the blood on the sole of the victim's shoe. It is pretty strange. If they fought here, they'd have to have been more blood than this. Oh. Hey, Mr. Wright. I'm gonna mark the floor plans when we find a blood stain, okay? See, I'm pretty handy to have around, right? Yeah, this stuff's pretty handy too. I saved up my allowance to buy that. We can't be sure that the police will reveal all their evidence in court. Sometimes they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit with their view of the case. Then let's drag that hidden evidence out into the light of day. Yeah. It feels like we're really investigating a crime now, doesn't it? Guess I should give this a spray on anything suspicious. Huh. I wonder how that fluid of yours would react to a nice deli box. Miss Star? You only trust your own eyes, hmm? Not bad, you two. This day-old deli box is on the house. Sorry, it's just that kind of lead-in doesn't really get my mouth watering. Okay. Oh, there it is. Alright. I looked up. We're about halfway through it, so I do not want to do funny voices for 7 hours again. It's been 3.5. We'll continue it next time. Then I won't need days of rest. Yeah, it was cool. Alright, if you're watching this later on the VODs channel, thanks for sticking around to the end. Leave a like if you feel like it. Thanks for watching.